John Numbers versus the Actuary. I'm not sure if this is a bunch check or if they're starting right now, but it looks like we might actually just get into it right now.
I feel like this is a matchup I've never commentated in my life. So forgive us if we learn some things on the spot, but one thing I can tell you for sure is that flanking game that Wii Fit is so well known for and that John Numbers has mastered over the years is going to be a whole lot less effective against a character with Phantom and a Reflector.
Yeah, this is definitely the Numbers trademark. Some other Wii Fits don't do it just as good as him. But yeah, Zelda doesn't actually have to commit to like a ledge trapping right there. There's the ability to put Phantom out and to say, okay, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna be over here.
She can pressure you at the ledge without putting herself in danger, which is really, really big against Wii Fit because that is exactly the kind of situation that Wii Fit preys on, is people trying to stop her from sitting on ledge like that, but then leaving themselves a bit exposed. That is something that John Numbers is going to have to find a solution to if he can't make that his main game plan.
Yeah. Oh, almost getting caught by that down smash, but it's just the Actuary's down smash going to take it. And a big thing right there is the Phantom taking the full sun salutation.
That's actually crazy. I figured since he's like made of darkness or whatever that he would just evaporate.
No, not enough sunlight right there.
Much like many of our friends that we know.
Yeah.
Please go outside. And John Numbers unfortunately taking a trip outside the blast zone as Actuary will get off to the first start, that first stock, and able to hold on to it for now. I love holding down right there. That was a perfect angle.
Yeah, and just catching John off guard and getting off the ledge. So displayed so many things. And F-tilt, gonna even it up right there.
The back hitbox of it too, which you almost never see to close out a stock, but John Numbers realizing, right, okay, if you drift to the ledge, I've got that covered. If you go behind me, my forward tilt has a hitbox behind me, so good luck.
Yeah, and it looks like the shield of the Phantom just blocks it off all projectiles. That's what it feels like, at least. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
At the very least, it's thematically appropriate, right? He's just like, get behind me.
Yeah. It will display like how Link, just standing there, his shield works.
Yeah.
Just the same.
Yeah. I think more characters should have some unique mechanics like that too, where it's like, okay, if you are not moving, you block projectiles. That was crazy.
Yeah, you saw the duck.
John Numbers using that really effectively too, because Zelda does have some hitboxes without the best low coverage, but no tech. Actuary is going to take a much larger lead than we saw in that stock one.
Yeah, and John is playing to his game. Hopefully he can get this stock off before it gets too bad.
And importantly, if he can get some big damage on before that deep breathing runs out, and there it goes. You don't get to re-up the deep breathing all that often. Takes a while after that first one for it to kind of reset to a situation where you can actually use it again.
Yeah, so
that is, you see how slow it is.
Yeah, so it gives time for a lot of characters to pressure. As you saw, Actuary try to end the stock right there, but just barely missing.
And I'm amazed that John is still like as gung-ho about throwing out these projectiles when Actuary has been pretty, on top of things as far as reflecting them.
Yeah. That's the thing about John. He's really stubborn about his game. Though he's has the ability to adapt, he will say, yo, I don't want to give this up. I'm going to keep doing it.
This is why he's really good at Tetris.
Yeah.
If you've never seen John Numbers play Tetris, it's insane. He'll tell you oh, I'm not that good. These guys go crazy, and he'll show you clips of people playing Puyo Puyo or Tetris or something. But then you watch him do it, and you're like, how does your brain process things that quickly?
Yeah. He's so broken at it.
He is a very intelligent guy. I mean, we're talking about former Nintendo World Champion, right?
Yeah. Definitely, nobody sleep on in any game, but he might be slept on in this game right here.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it up. He's a jack of all trades, right? Or a John of all trades, I guess, in this case. But Actuary definitely showing off great proficiency in a matchup that, again, on surface level, you would think, this seems pretty favorable for Zelda. And at the end of the day, kind of looked that way. Actuary took that game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, and scaring Numbers, just making him go low and drift off to the side just so you won't have the ability to recover right there.
We'll see how things shake out in game 2. We don't see a change in the venue. We continue to stay at small battlefield. So John thinking about a way to change up that game plan.
Yeah, and John definitely a bit nervous. That's a setup I don't normally see him miss. With that down throw onto the plat, just with the side beat, does massive damage. And just missing it right there.
That's one of the things about Wii Fit is that you don't think about this character doing a ton of damage until you've got like that deep breathing going and 2 things hit with like crazy hitboxes and all of a sudden you're at 80. And you go, what happened?
It always catches me off guard.
It still gets me. John Numbers, though, not able to maneuver around that Din's Fire, sitting at 71% against a Zelda. Wii Fit, not a heavy character. You might be going down soon.
Okay, just completing the jobs. And now taking record on how they would like to mash out. So John will keep note of that and just probably punish it hard the next time. And we see the weight from Numbers. Double back air. That back air is virtually unpunishable, being like almost like -2 or 3.
Throw deep breathing into the mix, forget about it, yeah. It is extremely safe. Numbers, though, getting caught by that elevator up B. Not going to go off the top, had good DI.
Yeah. And we're seeing Numbers now straying a bit further.
Getting to keep this lead going. That ledge trap from Wii Fit is crazy, too, because, again, you got that back hitbox on the forward tilt. You can cover so much all at once.
Yeah, and going a lot higher just so you won't get hit by that Din's Fire.
I love the threat of the soccer ball, right? Just tossing it out and saying, oh, here it comes.
S-Smash for S-Smash right there.
And working out for Actuary. Trying to fight their way back into this one, but Numbers has really built up a pretty formidable lead. 146, and we see Actuary just stalling out there to try to wait out this deep breathing, because sometimes that's really all you can do.
Yeah, it's gonna get really scary right here. And Numbers, the taunt.
And he got hit for it, but John's saying, hey, if you just want to sit over in that corner, I'm in the lead, so I don't have to do anything. You get over here.
Yeah, just leaving a message. That's something we don't see from John, but also shows that John is having fun. John is a player that knows to get into their own head, so definitely a good sign right here.
He's one of those guys that'll do that when he's getting a little bit annoyed, and he's like, all right, but come play the game at me, right? Like, he's talked about this before, that he had a hiatus for a while because he wasn't enjoying the game as much, and that's sort of been his ninja way, his vow as of late, is to just, I want to play to have fun, man.
And he definitely seems to be enjoying the game as of late. Been attending almost everything in New York, so love to see it happen and love to see John here.
Right there, though, Actuary able to close out that stock. And look at this, Actuary's got the lead now. Of all things, sitting at like 130% deficit going into this stock. John just hasn't been able to find a way to close it out.
Yeah, 164. And Actuary is now playing his game.
He's playing rhythm heavy at this point. It's just boom, boom, pa.
I need to play some rhythm heaven.
It's a good game. Rhythm Heaven Fever goes crazy. And I would not want to try to outspeed run Actuary in that, because he has not missed a beat.
Definitely didn't see that coming.
Bit of a big commit. We've seen a couple of these really crazy teleport cancels from Actuary. It just looks so stylish, and now that down smash could set up for the win, but John Numbers very intelligently still had the double jump, so was able to make it back. Yeah,
and the lingering of the Phantom just doesn't allow John to do any of his shenanigans that he normally does off stage.
Not to mention that we've, outside of the Phantom, seen Actuary parry and reflect every projectile that comes his way.
Yeah, it's like so many lines that John just has to go through just to like try to get this hit.
Just to use one sun salutation.
Yeah.
Oh,
the pressure.
That was actually crazy, and now a deep breathing on the board. Actuary's got to be real careful, or this game could be going John Numbers' way.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job for John, just holding shield, but no shield right here, and the shield, that would have just poked our broken shield, possibly.
Actuary held down at the ledge, though, to make sure that that up B hit below the ledge, and John got enough time to get up another deep breathing. That could decide the entire game.
Okay, grabbed.
The idea there from Actuary was so good, but in the end, John Numbers, man, he was on the verge of losing that game despite the early lead, but was able to pull it back and even up this set at 1-1.
Yeah, that deep breathing instant dash attack just closing out that stock.
That thing hits so hard.
Yeah, so deceptively fast and hard. Definitely, like most cases, not even prepared to DI for it.
Yeah. Covers a decent distance too, right? Because you've got good running speed of Wii Fit on top of that move just being as fast, as long as it is. Really, really big win for Mr. Numbers right there to even it up at 1 apiece. We go to game 3 on Smashville and see how things go with John not really having as much space to escape from things like the Phantom and those devastating close-range hitboxes that Actuary demonstrates 10 seconds to take one stock.
Yeah, just the ability just to run up and just dare him off stage. Just so definitely a bold statement right there. And definitely not something you see from a Zelda, just running up to John's face.
But that's something that you have the ability to do on your counter pick of Smashville, right? With this stage being as small as it is, right? Being off stage as John Numbers, it's going to be the same pretty much no matter where you are. But now if he wants to fight you on stage, you are well in the advantage as the Zelda by being able to box as good as you can.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more intimate with this stage choice. They just like to get up right and close.
See the short teleport right there from Actuary, still getting punished, still trying to get off the ledge. Numbers trying to bite into this first stock though. Despite that very early lead that Actuary took, we could see this being an extremely even game.
Okay, and that was a great parry right there, because if not, it could have led to a potential like shield poke until like death.
Yeah, I was thinking it probably would have been a shield poke if not for that parry, but Actuary has been on top of things with those parries as of late.
Yeah, and you already see him fishing for the parries, just dropping, shield flicking right there.
Numbers is taking some time to stall off stage. Try to not worry about that Phantom. Is able to hit Actuary back out. Has to stay concerned about that Furor's Wind. Was ready for it that time. We saw Actuary pull out that trick once. It's not going to work twice.
Yeah, he's done it too many times. John has it scouted.
That's one of those things that just demonstrates the kind of player that Numbers is, right? That he's got like that adaptation score of 1, right? Where you do something once, he's not going to let you get away with it again. But a great chase on that platform does leave Actuary with, again, a very big lead.
All right, let's see what John can do for the to like bring back momentum. And can't do that. Actuary is ready to chase you off, and that is the game.
Just every time Numbers went off stage, it seemed like Actuary was all over him with the down air, and that's part of the magic of Smashville is that you get to be right up close against the Wii Fit off stage pretty much every time, and with Numbers committing the ways that he did off stage, you can see the first time that he does right here, right? Goes off stage, tries to get the deep breathing, immediately loses the stock.
Yeah, and Actuary did it with no hesitation, so definitely has some preparation for Numbers.
He's seen it enough. I think that at this point, as Numbers, you have to balance between, okay, how far off stage am I willing to use this deep breathing, right? Risk the Zelda going out deep against me, because if I'm up close, I've been shown twice now that I'll get down air for it, so it's not free anymore.
Yeah, situation's definitely not in their favor. And F-Smash, at the early percent, just there to leave a statement, essentially.
Dash attack to get the Zelda back off stage, though. Actuary doing a great job of getting back to center stage pretty consistently. Now putting the Wii Fit back at the ledge. Again, not a place that Numbers hates being. And nonetheless, we've talked about how good that ledge trapping is from Zelda.
All right, the grab into the Phantom.
Numbers, that's not safe on shield. Barely able to live with good DI.
Yeah, and definitely seeing Numbers fluster a bit. Just doing more unsafe options onto Actuary's shield.
Yeah, getting a little bit, I don't want to say desperate, but he's certainly overextending a whole lot more than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
And Actuary's taking big advantage of it.
Yeah, it's definitely frustration, because you're trying to find an answer, and Actuary's just not giving you an opening, and now we're seeing the up airs come out, just trying to catch John full hopping.
He is a guy that, for better or for worse, plays with his heart on his sleeve, right? He is driven by his emotions as a player, intelligent as he is, right? We're all human, and John Numbers, man, I mean, sometimes playing by emotions means that he does the craziest stuff you've ever seen. Sometimes we also see that frustration mount.
Yeah. Now we see him with control, so hopefully he can settle down and just take the stock right here to even it back up.
Once again, going for that short hop into grab. This time actually ready for it after seeing it once or twice already. Numbers trying to keep the ledge trap safe and does take the stock.
All right, evening it up right here, but 54% done. And you see actually standing on center stage, just saying, I'm gonna press it, John, from all the way over here.
It's a privilege you have as a Zelda, especially on FD where there aren't any platforms for Numbers to escape to. And man, Actuary doing an amazing job of stalling out this deep breathing as well. I mean, that's what Numbers really needed to build up that damage to get back into things, but he hasn't had a chance to make use of it.
All right, and Numbers getting a few soccer ball hits right here. 65% done. Now 85.
I can't believe that he actually had time to hit that forward smash.
Yeah.
Taking a percentage lead now ever so slightly, but the tables have definitely turned. We see Numbers back to his traditional game plan.
Yeah, and definitely you see Numbers basically gaining a bit more confidence. Those soccer ball hits and the deep sun salutation just basically coming off, and right there you saw Actuary overextend for that dash attack and losing the stock for it.
And Numbers right now getting a couple of percent back with those moves. Actuary maybe on the verge of going to a game 5.
Yeah,
one of the best Wii Fits in the world.
You definitely could see that happen.
Wow, great. That's Numbers seeing all the times that forward smash is whiffed on shield, knowing that that spot dodge was coming and just waiting, right? Not trying to do anything fancy, but saying, I got sun salutation, here's some free damage for me.
Yeah, and that's the adaptation right there. You saw Actuary walk up and it's like this side B is going to hit right here. And
wow.
Yeah, the missed tech right there, even up the stock count.
I'm not sure who would ever tech that. You got to be out of your mind to be able to tech that. Numbers on last stock. Actuary trying to make it the last stock of his winner's bracket right there with that down air.
All right, and they're basically fighting for the lead right now. Actuary now taking the lead right here with percent.
When Numbers realizing he definitely did not have time to get that deep breathing. He's going to send it this time, though, because he knows that that's his win condition. He needs one strong hit.
Yeah,
just one at this point can do it.
Yeah, and we see Actuary playing a bit more hasty now. They're playing a bit more reserved, and that's how they had the lead before. But now we're seeing them going in a lot more.
Forward tilt to get the Zelda back off stage. Kind of ballsy to go for that deep breathing, but nonetheless, Numbers is able to make use of it. Lots of shield pressure right now.
Oh,
Elevator not going to connect.
And that F tilt going to connect right there.
He actually got a third one off in like the last minute. That's crazy.
Yeah, what's the situation right here? Okay, the get up attack, gonna save Actuary.
I don't know if Numbers, he did have his double jump, had some resources available, but he's right back to the ledge. He is playing this so conservatively right now.
Yeah. Okay, and the quick phantom right there.
Oh! The sour spot down air, but it's enough to blast zone just John Numbers and the Actuary with a 3-1 victory.